Arion Curry is finally exposing Martell, trying to bring her on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Apparently, if they weren't trying to protect Melody, they would have brought her on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, we have talked a little bit about it, but it's interesting to discuss her actually speaking about it. I also want to talk about Arion alleging that Martel may file a lawsuit against Tisha. She also talks about Carlos King mentioning at the reunion that he would never bring Arion on the show. It would be interesting to see if that is aired on the latest on the reunion when it does come out. If that's not aired on the reunion, then Carlos could absolutely deny it. But I feel like if it's aired on the reunion, then people will hold him to it if he specifically said that he would never bring her on the show. The truth of the matter is, who are you if you cannot stand by your words? So I would be curious to see what exactly happens at the reunion and how it is edited. But I want to talk specifically about the recording, some of the things that Arion said that I want to talk about. I feel like there's a lot I want to talk about, so make sure you watch the video until the end. If you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. I do commentary on reality TV shows and celebrity news, so make sure you turn on all your notifications so you know every single time that I post. Don't forget to like, share, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for your support. Continue to return. I appreciate it. Now let's get into today's video. These recordings are the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to Arion. Arion is telling it all, and I am absolutely here for it. According to Arion, she's mentioning that Martel has been speaking to the execs and Carlos King to try to bring her on the show. Here's my thing. This girl has done everything that she can possibly do and say on social media. Why must she then be brought on the show? She's talked about her story. We know how Martell was with her for a long time. We know all of this. What else is she going to bring to the show beyond what we already know? How is that going to play out? Is she going to cast events with the rest of the girlies? Like, these are the kind of questions I have, because I just think, why, as Arion, why on earth would you want to be on that show? It feels like you are obsessed with trying to get everything that Mel has ever had. You wanted her husband, you have him now. Okay, you've always wanted everything that she has, because I don't understand why you want to be on a platform that she created. You shouldn't want anything to do with her or anything to do with the platform that she created ever. So it's just surprising that she still wants to be on the show. She is the perfect example of side chicks who do not know their place. I personally feel like in the past, a lot of people were mistresses, but they respected the wife. No one was out here trying to take the wife's position. But now it feels like Arion does not subscribe to any of that. She does not know how to stay in her place. She keeps acting like she's the wife. And as far as we know, you're not the wife yet, unless he's married you privately that we don't know about. And I know people may feel like I keep going back to the past where he called her a peasant, but there's no dang way you should be marrying anyone who thinks of you as a peasant. That's insane to me. That said, it sounds like the execs and Carlos King shut it down. Because according to her, apparently at the upcoming reunion, allegedly, Carlos is basically going to make it clear that he's never going to bring Arion or Love and Marriage Huntsville. I think deep down he knows that she's a loose cannon, in my opinion. It is going to completely declass the show. It's not even that the show is classy, because let's think about it. It's Love and Lock Up at this point. It's giving Love and Lock Up. But I still think that if she comes on the show, it's only going to go downhill, even more downhill than it already is. That said, I feel like because Melody is on the show, they probably will not want to bring Arion because they know Melody is not going to stand for it. And at the end of the day, the Mellometers are the people that really bring in the views on the show. They know that. I know they're trying to get more soldiers to be the new thing, but I'm in need y'all to not fall for it. It's okay to like Marceau and whatnot and find him funny and hilarious and love the banter scenes with Melody. That's all good. But that doesn't mean that, oh, the Millimeters should now start identifying as Marceaujers. Let's not forget what he said. He called Millimeters a bunch of deplorables. He said a lot more, but I can't even remember right now. But I remember he said quite a lot. So just remember that before you fall for Marceau's newfound love for the Millimeters. One thing I also thought was interesting was that Arion said that Martel is considering filing a lawsuit against Tisha. It sounds like it's more specifically in relation to the allegations where she was saying that Marceau was dropping names of people that Martel had allegedly messed with in the past. Production refused to show it. According to Arion, she feels like it's a lie and that Marceau didn't drop any names, and that if that had happened, production would have not edited it like that. Here's the thing, Arion. I feel like Martel is production's favorite. They will protect him at all cost. Most people would have had to leave the show if they had done half of what Martel had done. Yet Martel is still there. So I feel like they will protect Martel, in my opinion, at all cost. All it would have taken was for Martel to go over there and say to them, oh, he didn't like what was said, blah, 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 and pull strings and act upset. And then they would want to start making him feel better because somewhere deep down, they feel like Martel is the show. So whatever they have to do to keep him happy, to keep him there and working and not out here on the social media exposing them all, that's what I feel that they would do. Of course, I don't know if for a fact Marceau was out here mentioning names, but my opinion is that even if it happened, if Martel was that upset about it, production, in a bid to try to protect Martel, I think, would try to edit it, will try to remove it. Let's not forget, how many times do they edit things out and completely edit it when other people are being mentioned? They do that all the time. When there was allegations about Marceau's alleged side chick, the way they kept bleeping it, we didn't even understand what was being said. So I think ultimately anything that protects Martel will be done. Carlos, for some reason, loves him some Martel. So I personally believe that if it was something where Martel was like, he didn't like something and he's going to leave the show, I'm sure production and everybody will be out here trying to beg Martel to stay. The other thing that concerns me is this. Why does Arion believe everything that comes out of Martel's mouth? Even though she then also gives the impression that, oh yeah, she also knows he lies. So which is it? Why do you believe everything that he says? For me, it's laughable at this point because it's like you've been 14 years a side chick and yet you still trust everything that comes out of this man's mouth. He probably lied to you about not being in love with Melody and has come out and said he was in love with Melody or still loves Melody. He's lied about giving her flowers when in fact he did give her flowers. These are all the things that, even according to her, makes him lose credibility. Yet she still finds him credible. Yet at every opportunity, she repeats what he says to her. Which is why I'm like, this girl must be delusional, under some sort of spell, or deeply does not believe that she deserves better. I personally think you have to not have enough self-esteem to deal with someone like Martel and continue to deal with them for as long as she has done, without any form of commitment. For instance, Arion was saying that she feels like production did some more editing on the field day to make it seem that Martel blew up because Marceau was talking about the revenge P, but that Martel blew up because Marceau was talking about Arion. And this is how you know this man fed her that BS. This man fed you those lies so that it seems like he was defending you as opposed to being upset because Marceau was calling him out about the revenge piece situation. I feel like she has it's like an inflated sense of importance when it comes to Martel. And I feel like it's also because of the things that Martel says to her. Because I'm sure Martel is the one, in my opinion, that has gone over there to feed her these lies. That I was just there defending you. And then, of course, he's put the battery in her back. And now she's ready to be out here coming for the Scots. Do you guys remember how Martel also sent a message to Melody to say the Scots are talking about you? He was expecting the same reaction, but from Arion with Melody. He was hoping that he would be able to have these two women fighting his battles instead of him to stand up like a man and fight his own battles himself. Until these women stop coddling Martel, Martel is not going to hit rock bottom, and Martel is not going to try to attempt to even change. If Arion is always there for him to run to fight his battles, he's never really going to hit that rock bottom that he needs. Someone like Martel really needs to hit rock bottom and see the error of all of his ways before he will attempt to even change in any way or even improve in any way. This is why it feels like Martel and Arion have this relationship where it's given a drug addict and the supplier. Like there's somebody who is supplying the high whilst the other is just there getting high. That is what it feels like. They feed off each other, and all it takes is for somebody like Martel to put a battery in Arion's back and she would be going and hollering and doing the absolute most. And when Arion wants to put him in check, she exposes him by doing things like showing a video of Knox trying to hit Sugar Mama, doing things like that to put him back in his place, in my opinion. They are both very toxic individuals and they need to really cut that cord if they're both going to actually improve to be relatively safe and sane individuals. That is all I have to talk to you guys about today. Let me know, what do you guys think about it all? Do you believe that Carlos is never going to bring Arion Curry on the show? Also, do you believe that Martel got angry at Marceau because of what he was saying about Arion as opposed to the revenge piece situation? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button and tap that bell button so you know every single time that I post, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.